From Express Spas to Express Tests, the company that normally offers massages and manicures at airports, now changing its business model. Express Spa has opened its first Express Test Center where it's administering COVID-19 tests. Its first in-airport location, now up and running at JFK here in New York. You're looking at video of this right now. It has the capacity, you ready for this, to do 500 tests a day. Will it expand to its 50-plus U.S. locations as more states see record virus cases? Here in a Fox Business exclusive, we welcome Express Spa Group CEO Doug Satzman. Doug, I cannot imagine being in your shoes back in March and watching airport traffic drop from millions a day down to a trickle, which is exactly what happened. When did the light bulb go off to convert from massages to medical testing?
Well, thanks for having me on the show. During the month of March, you could see things fall off precipitously, and traffic fell week by week and then very quickly day by day. While we were shutting down our spas as we were deemed a non-essential use appropriately, our chairman, Bruce Bernstein, came up with the idea to do COVID testing and repurpose our real estate that we have in 25 airports around the world.
Bravo, Chairman Bruce. So you guys kick into gear and tell us what they do. I understand the one at JFK, which is your beta testing one, is about 9 rooms wide. People walk in. And again, right now you're only doing TSA agents and pilots, correct?
We started launching our focus on airline and airport employees. This is the frontline workforce that we're trying to get back to work and get our airports going. We'll be expanding to the public probably in a few weeks, but we offer both types of tests. We do PCR nasal swab testing. We also do blood antibody testing, and people can come in, TSA agents and pilots and custodians and ground crews, and they can get one or both tests as they indicate different things. And we send it out to outside labs that are the same labs the major hospitals use.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's news to me. You're expanding to passengers next week or in a couple of weeks?
No, in a few weeks. Initially, we wanted to start off with just airline and airport employees. But especially as more and more states are putting in quarantines in place, this could play a vital role in giving people the confidence to travel and know they may be able to shorten their quarantine by getting tests when they arrive. But again, it's a state-by-state moving decision now.
Target. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. Let me show a map right now. Governor Andrew Cuomo has now multiple states that are added to this list where if you arrive in New York from any of these states, California, Nevada, Kansas, Nebraska, you have so many cases in those states that you are required to either test negative or quarantine upon arrival. I was in California. I tested negative in California. I flew back, and New York said, you've got to test or quarantine. I wanted to be back on television. Oh, yeah. I want to be on my show and talk to my viewers here. So I had to, do backflips to get a quick test. It would be great if people landed and were able to get a test. How quickly do the results come in?
The results are 2 to 3 days right now, and we work with 2 different labs. So whoever has the quickest turnaround time, we send our specimens to. But we hope to bring in some of the faster testing technologies as science develops them more, because it'll only improve the service, especially for people returning to their state or going on a trip. And they need their results quick to shorten that quarantine.
I know it's still kind of a beta situation in testing, but looking at what's happening with revenue, you guys were obviously in serious trouble when all that foot traffic went away at all these airports. Tell me what you would anticipate the revenue is under this model versus your old model with the traffic we're faced now at airports. Would you be making more as an express testing center?
It's quite different. So our Express Spa model, we're selling retail services, and people can get a range of times and add-on services. So it's quite a good business. Express Check is also good, but we are processing payments through insurance companies. So there's a certain range of monetization. And as we expand to maybe other testing services in the future and build our throughput, like you mentioned, at JFK, we can do 500 tests a day. As we get more people traveling and more of the workforce back at work, we're prepared for some big numbers. And as we plan, you mentioned this as a beta test, we wanted to get the first one off the ground to make sure we could run it in a really safe, efficient way. We feel that confidence now. And while we were going from idea to concept to pilot, we're now moving into the rollout stage to get as many open in time for this late fall, which is when travel will continue to pick up, but also viruses spread easier in colder weather. So we want to be available to as many airports as possible.
I would love to have you back. Let's say September. Is that a date? Because I want to see how the progression's going.